Hi, it's Coach Kate here. So looking at your drop jump, I don't see too much wrong with the right leg there, but we see a little bit of what's called varus force, where your knee actually goes out. Most people have the common syndrome where their knee goes in, which is a valgus force, but I'm seeing a little bit of varus, and it's kind of hard to tell. So that knee is going out, which ultimately puts more stress on the hip joint. In this case, compared to the valgus force, which puts more stress on the knee, your situation is going to potentially become problematic for the groin. And so what we would say is, if this really is something that we repeatedly see that left leg kind of bowing out a little bit like that, then we're going to want to strengthen the groin and mobilize the glutes as part of your therapy. So as you progress, there'll be therapy assigned sometimes, but the best thing to do is, like, if we know, that we're dealing with this particular issue, then you can skip the therapy that's assigned and do the therapy that's appropriate for you. So in this case, you will want to do groin strengthening exercises and then trigger point and foam roll the glutes, the hamstrings, and the IT band to help mobilize the tight aspects that could be pulling your knee out, and then strengthen the groin to keep your knee in a more stable position. This, it looks like both times we see that happen. So first jump here, and then on the land it happens again too. Now it could be because that left foot position is sometimes, it looks like, from my point of view, it looks like it's back an inch or so that you're not landing in an even plane, and so that could potentially be a compensation for that foot being scooted back a little bit, is that your hip and your knee are just going to have to turn out. But that in itself becomes problematic too. So you want to distribute the load evenly between the right and left foot. So whether it is really a symptom of the hip being too tight and the groin being weak, or whether it's a symptom of that every time you hit the ground, that left foot is slightly staggered back, either way, those are two issues that we'll want to correct and focus on. And then on your second jump here, we want to effectively transition and what's called accept the load. Like, the rate of acceptance needs to kind of speed up. So as you land, you'll see we kind of have like a two-part. One where we're kind of more vertical, and then where your butt shoots back. And so we just want to smooth that transition out, and that just comes by just practice and understanding how to absorb the load better. So we want to transition from our toes to our heels and have the load being accepted by some of the bigger muscles, quads, hamstrings, glutes, and all of your back muscles, versus you can kind of see this moment where you kind of hit and it's a lot of stress on the joint for a second there. Let me go back here. Right here. So you see it's kind of vertical. It looks like your knees and your ankles are taking a lot of it. And then you transition back. So we just want to speed that process up of when you land. And then again, here, straighten that out, and that will bring the knee in, and hopefully that will correct some of the issues that might start manifesting in this hip because of the foot.